Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. This is our IPL Fantasy Pick Series. In this episode, we're going to look at the Rajasthan Royals versus the Delhi Capitals match. Breaking news is that Ben Stokes will be missing out. He's ruled out of the IPL, so he's going to be missing out on the tournament. Huge blow for Rajasthan Royals. You know, he's been a key player for them. Yes, he didn't perform in the first game, but, you know, he's a match winner. He can come in and win you games out of nowhere. A huge loss for fantasy managers as well, because he's a player so useful in the fantasy game, because he'll bat, he'll bowl, he'll get you catch points. He didn't have the greatest game, I know, but he's a great asset to have in the fantasy. And I think it's going to be a huge loss even for the whole tournament, Indian Premier League, because he's such a quality player and it's great to watch him play. So it's going to be a big loss for Rajasthan. I think you know, Livingstone might come in his position, but it's going to be very difficult to replace a player like Stokes because he's superb in all three departments. Yeah, let's start with our picks. Of course, we can't pick Ben Stokes. He would have been my pick as the all-rounder pick for this game, but unfortunately he's missing out. Let's go with the, you know, we'll be recommending the 6 players for this game as usual: 2 batsmen, 2 bowlers, an all-rounder and a wicket keeper. Let's start off with the batsman. My first batsman I'm going to look at is PRITHVI. He's going to be in my team. I think he's been in outstanding form domestically, and he's translated that form in the IPL. He's shown that, you know, like, it doesn't matter what the tournament is right now. He's on top of his game. His back lift is, you know, coming straight now. That gap between pad and bat has decreased, and he's playing his shots. You know, he's playing his shots, and he's being more effective now that you know, that he's not getting dismissed with that in-swinging delivery. I think he's playing that better. His leg side game has become stronger as well. Offside game has always been good. It's good to see him in form, because when he you know, when he plays, he can be really aggressive and finish the game off in no time, and he showed that in last game, like 70 of 30 odd balls. An amazing inning. So he has to be in my team. He's in great form right now, and he's shown it in the IPL already in the first game. And I think against this Rajasthan attack, I fancy Shaw, because it's a depleted attack. There's no Archer, there's no Stokes. I think he'll make the most of it. Wherever there's a weakness, I think he'll expose that and take advantage of it. So I'm going PRITHVI as my batsman. The second batsman, for me, it was a toss-up between Dhawan and Jos Buttler. I think Dhawan is in sensational form in the IPL. Last time he's started off where he finished last year. Once he's set, it's very difficult to get him out. Dhawan, he rotates the strike really well. He plays almost till the end of the innings, and he gets you those 70, 80s every season. And I think it's wonderful. And also the fact that PRITHVI is in form, it makes Dhawan's life easier. And I think he can play his natural game a bit more, rotate that strike. He doesn't have to worry too much about the boundaries, because PRITHVI is scoring them on the other end. Jos Buttler, I think, you know, it's a risky pick because he's not in the greatest of forms, but I think I saw glimpses there. He hit 4 fours against Meredith in the last game against Punjab, and I think a lot of onus will be on him now. The pressure will be on him. There's no Ben Stokes, so he'll have to score the runs, and I think he'll fancy that. He's a world-class player, and I think he'll like that attention on him to carry the team. Now, you know, all eyes will be on him. And that's why I'm going to take a risk. I'm actually going to go Jos Buttler as my second batsman. If you want to go safe, you go Dhawan, but I'm going to go Jos Buttler. I think, you know, I like to take risks, and he's one of my favorite players. I think he can hit the ball 360. And the fact that they're playing in Mumbai Wankhede, it's a really good pitch. He looks in, you know, decent touch, not the greatest of form, but he showed in last game what he can do, what his potential is. And I think he'll fancy that limelight on him right now. So I'm going Jos Buttler as my second batsman. Remember, he wasn't wicket-keeping, SANJU SAMSON was. So yeah, Buttler is my batsman along with PRITHVI. Now the wicket-keeping option, it's extremely difficult. 2 young Indian wicket-keepers, 2 young Indian captains, SANJU SAMSON and Rishabh Pant. You know, it's a sensational battle. It's going to be fantastic to watch. I'm going to go Samson just based on form. 120 runs. He's just been wonderful. You know, and also I think he'll have to face more balls because there's no Stokes now. There'll be a lot of reliance on him and Buttler, and these guys will take responsibility, I think. And I think they will try to anchor that innings and stay there till the end. Whereas Rishabh Pant, he's fantastic. He's in great form as well. We've seen in the Test series, in the T20 one-day series, but I think Rishabh Pant has a lot of backup as well. If he gets out, there's STOINIS and there's Hetmeyer as well. So I don't think there'll be too much pressure on him. He can still score runs. I'm not denying that. I think he can outscore Samson on his day, but I just feel that because of the situation Rajasthan are in now and the form that Sanju Samson is in, he's just timing the ball beautifully. I'm gonna go with Sanju Samson as my wicket keeper. And yeah, that's my wicket keeping pick. And then all-rounder, I would have gone Stokes, but unfortunately he's not there. There's still a lot of options. If you want to go a bit left field, you have the likes of Rayan Parag, but I think who's looking in good form. I think he's bowling those below sea level deliveries, and with the bat he was extremely good against Punjab. But I'm going to go Marcus Stoinis, proven, tested. He didn't have the greatest of games with the ball in the last game. With the bat he didn't have much time, but he's a batsman. Like, suppose the openers don't perform as well, I think he can come number 3 or number 5. But if he gets enough deliveries, I think he'll build the innings. He can score those 50s with the ball. He's a wicket taker. That's why he's brought into the attack to pick up wickets. And yeah, I think he's a potential captaincy pick as well for me, because I think he can provide both wickets and runs. I think the captaincy toss-up will be between him and probably Sanju Samson. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Marcus Stoinis, proven all-rounder. He didn't have the greatest games last time, but I think if he gets the opportunity, if he gets enough deliveries to face and he gets a couple of overs, I think he can contribute in both departments. And then in the field, he'll get you a catch here and there as well. So Marcus Stoinis is my all-rounder. And the two bowlers, my first bowler is going to be Chris Woakes. I think Nokia and Rabada are still not in contention to play. Nokia tested positive for coronavirus, so he'll have to quarantine for even longer now. Rabada's test result, I'm not sure exactly as of now what it is. He might, if it's negative, he might come back for the next game, but he's not available for this game, I think. Just make sure you check again after the toss if he's in the lineup, but I don't think he's going to play. So I'm going to go Chris Woakes. I think he's shown his skill. Like in the first game, the control over the new ball was wonderful. He was swinging it, line and length was immaculate. He's just not a test bowler. He can bowl in T20s. The way he adapted to Indian conditions as well, he knows exactly where to pitch. He can bowl that back of the length. He knows when to pitch it up to swing the delivery, then bowl back of the length to disturb the batsman's rhythm. And he has that experience, and he's a very quality bowler. He can pick up wickets as well. So I'm going Chris Woakes as my first bowler, and second bowler is a left field pick. I think it's a bit differential. I'm going CHETAN SAKARIYA. I was really impressed with him against Punjab. He's a different type of bowler. He's not express pace, left-hander, but he varies his pace really well. And on these wickets, which are good to bat on, when you vary the pace like that, you'll always get a wicket here and there. And I think he can use his slower deliveries, and in the middle overs, even in the beginning, he was getting the ball to swing. I think he can pick up wickets, whether it's in the deep or LBW bowl, wicket keeper, catch. I think he'll bring everything into play, Sakariyya, and it's a risk. I'm taking a risk. It's just everyone will say, okay, he just performed one game. What are the chances? But I think it's a very good budget pick. Then it'll allow you to spend on the likes of BUTTLER, SAMSON, Shaw, and these guys, STOINIS. So I think it's a good budget pick, and it's something not many people will go for. So if he does perform, then you'll get those extra points that people won't get because they don't have him. So yeah, kind of thinking a bit differently for this. But yeah, I hope he does well. Those are my 6 picks: PRITHVI Shaw, Jos Buttler, Sanju Samson, Marcus Stoinis, CHETAN SAKARIYA, and Chris Woakes. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, comment with your fantasy picks, and I'll catch you soon. Take care.